What's up, Bradley Johnson here, and I just wanted to do a video discussing the way in which health and fitness bracket performance close bracket has been linked to aesthetics. I hate that word, and what actually I prefer using cosmetics, and the way in which the health and fitness as an industry. If I'm separating health and fitness industry from just the words health and fitness, because an industry is its own life, but health and fitness is a real thing in that how fit you are and how healthy you are is not the same as the health and fitness industry that sells you things regarding all of these four areas. So we've got performance, that's athletes trying to win stuff and get better at things. Health and fitness, which is generally trying to live longer and be better and all that good stuff. We got aesthetics, which is this horrible ugly branch aesthetics is ugly, this horrible ugly branch of how people look that's just gone mad, which is more of a YouTube phenomenon, is a bit recent. And cosmetics, which is part of the human condition, has always been around. So we've got these four elements, and aesthetics and cosmetics kind of hang out pretty close together. They're practically the same thing, and health and fitness and performance are very similar in essence, and they all kind of have been branched under. If you're a YouTube watcher, you know, an Instagram type person, someone that follows people on Twitter, etc., you will bracket all of these things under the same thing, which is the health and fitness industry, and that is the way these things are marketed. I'll give you a perfect example. Let's take a company like, what are they called? Optimum Nutrition. Optimum Nutrition will give you an advert, and in that advert they'll show people training and working out, people that are really healthy and fit. And these people will generally be their Optimum Nutrition athletes. And sometimes they'll even sponsor people that are in the performance side of things, that are literal athletes, that are, say, rugby players, etc. You see a lot of these people training and also promoting Optimum Nutrition. So we've got the performance element, we've got the health and fitness element, but they always looked supremely jacked. That's because they're on drugs and surgery that make them look in a way that you will never look, no matter how hard you train. So that's the whole aesthetics. That's the ugly side of looking a certain way. And the idea of all of this is buy the product so you can look cosmetically better and you will look better. So all those four things are branched together under what is essentially a company in the health and fitness area of marketing, selling, and in the industry. The industry of health and fitness is selling you performance, health and fitness, cosmetics, and aesthetics all at one time. Bang, you're being bombarded with these things. However, the human mind is really simple. We only want one thing at a time. If you break down your wants over and over again, you will eventually realize there's just one thing you want. I'll give you a perfect example of this. You're a guy and you're walking down the street and you see some trainers and you're like, whoa, those trainers look cool. I really want those trainers. Now, you may want those trainers and you see it as trainers, but ultimately what it leads to, and this reminds me of something that James Spader did the other day when I was watching The Office, is it's sex. That's what it comes down to. You have trainers make you look good to the opposite sex. The clue's in the title, sex. This is how everything is sold to you. If you don't understand this of market in the world that you're living in, then you get used to it. Everything that is sold to you via a really base emotion, a really base desire: sex, comfort, security, warmth, admiration, things like this. It's sold on these basic human needs that we have psychologically. So you got sex, that is what you're being sold. So you buy these trainers and you hope in the back of your mind, even if you don't admit to yourself, you don't realize that's what you're buying it for. You're buying it so you look more attractive, which is fine. That's how everything works. Or maybe you buy something for comfort, or maybe you buy something to make yourself feel more important. Whatever it is, that's what you're buying it for. So we've got this health and fitness industry that's selling you these ideas, but because humans are really simple and we only want one thing at a time, when you buy that protein powder, you're buying it because whoever is selling it at the moment, doing these bicep curls, looks jacked, and you wish you could look like that, because if you look like that, sex, you're being sold sex. And girls, same thing, other way around, whatever. Girl in bikini running around, giant breasts that she'll never have if she got that lean without a boob job, massive ass that's probably surgery and drugs if it's not, and combination of the two in all likelihood. Runs down the beach, admiration of the men. If only the men keep looking at her, she's so amazing. They want that. Sex, being sold that, okay? The problem that we have, and it's a magical machination of this health and fitness industry is the linking of two things that aren't really related but have the smallest link, but they've kind of run with it and used it to sell you stuff and make you feel good about doing something that actually isn't that positive a thing, but isn't as positive as you think it is or would like to think it is. And what I mean by that is people are training because they want to look better, but they're doing it under the guise of health and fitness. Like, it's you go running / you go to the gym and bench and or curl, or you're doing sprints or something, and it's great because you can be like, look, I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm doing great, I'm increasing my performance. These things that are admirable and easy to say to somebody and feel better when you say them, but really you're cosmetics, or even worse, aesthetics. You just want to look a certain way. And it's a really annoying duality that I have to contend with a lot of the time, because you ask people what they want and they tell you all this bullshit. And the truth is, you just want to look in a way that will make you feel like you're better. Which, fair enough, but just walk up to the plate and say, you know what, I look in the mirror, I hate it, I wish I could look like somebody else, or be anyone other than me, so that I would feel happier in myself. Alright. Then you can move forwards. But you get a lot of people, specifically, it's always the case with new clients, you just want to say, stop saying all these things. You're saying things that you think that I want to hear. Things like, oh yeah, I really want to improve the amount of time I can run for, or oh yeah, I really want to get stronger because I picked up some boxes the other day and I couldn't pick them up. Also, yeah, just, you know, this is the third thing, I guess. It would also be nice just to lose a little bit of body fat, but I don't really care. Lies. That's the one. That's the one that you want. Ultimately, 95% of the people that are swayed by an optimum nutrition or an amino acid, or I don't even know what these people buy. I don't buy this stuff anymore. Whatever it is, anything in the health and fitness industry that they buy, whether it's an ab product or a fat burner or an exercise DVD, insanity, something like that. 95% of people that buy this would be perfectly happy, yeah, if someone walked into their house and went, hey, how's it going? Hey, if you take this pill, you will look fantastic, but you'll get incredibly weak, your fitness will drop, it will just be terrible, and your health markers will be horrible. In fact, it will cut 10 years off your life expectancy if you just take this pill. Most of these people would take that and be like, sweet, now I could look like these people in these posters. And that's the reality. The problem that you get is people not admitting to themselves that, I just want to look better. I just want to look better. And trying to move forward under this guise of this health and fitness / performance element that are the way in which you are able to feel good about yourself when you buy these products. That's what they do. Because you can't do an advert like this. You can't do an advert like this. How's it going? Tired of being ignored at the club? Would you like some muscles so that girls will think you look better? You haven't got anything interesting to say? Crappy personality? Don't worry, muscles will make you more sexy. Buy our product, Muscle Sex. And you're gonna walk into your local store and go, oh hi, how's it going? Yeah, I have no personality and I have no confidence. Could I buy some Muscle Sex so that girls will like me? Thanks. And pour it in, see all your friends, they'll be like, oh, what's that? Oh, it's just my Muscle Sex that I buy before I go out so that people will think I'm cool even though I'm not interesting or anything. No one would buy that. So they gotta schmooze you. They gotta make you feel good about your purchase. They can't say, here, buy this for more sex. They gotta be like, oh, hint. Just see that girl, she's attractive, she's looking at him. Like, the only company that kind of gets away with doing this is Lynx, and they do it in a quirky way, and they're still going to you under the guise of freshness. It's not freshness, but Lynx are the only company, the most direct company that's like, hey, look, this is for sex. Just buy it. And most companies don't do that. Most things aren't sold in that way because we don't like to buy things like that. We like to pretend we're doing things with more nobility, with more class, with more civility. That's the way society demands us to be more than the base human that you really are, the base desire that we all have. So, this conversation, like most of the conversations I'm having on this channel, are just basically me rambling and ranting about a problem that comes up day to day in my life and what you experience of this and how honest you can be with yourself. What do you want out of your training? Do you want performance? Do you want health and fitness, just to be generally okay? Do you want to be cosmetically more beautiful, or do you want that aesthetics thing, this whole new lifestyle of being super jacked and super lean and abs and look at me, I did legs day today, I'm a hero? Which one of those do you want? And the truth is, for a lot of people, it is a combination of all four of these. But however the combination goes, it's going to lean in one direction more than another. Even the most die-hard, top of his game Premiership footballer / Olympic competitor, performance athlete is still interested in being cosmetically more attractive, because that brings in sponsorship money, and they're still human beings, they still want to look good, you know? So there's always going to be little elements of all of these things peeking in and around, because that's just the way it goes. Because yes, if you do train really hard, you will look better, and if you do look good, the chances are you probably are more healthy and fit. And if you are more healthy and fit, a lot of the time it will lead to you being lean and more aesthetic. You know, all these things, they do actually have links together, but their links are smaller than people want to admit. You can be an incredibly high performance athlete and look what a lot of people in the whole world of aesthetics and cosmetics and magazines look terrible. Like, look at strongman. These are the strongest people in the world. You would never have one of those people advertising a new suit or, you know, some new trainers. Like, you know, it just would never happen. These big, giant, muscular, normally big fat guys going, yeah, man, wear this, the girls will love you. It would never happen. You always have these weak as shit comparatively, completely unskilled, terrible athlete, failed athletes. I'm talking about in the world of athletes, a fitness model. A fitness model is the most horseshit athlete on earth. They are good at nothing. That is why they're fitness models, doing the most unpaid area of being in the world of performance. They are terrible at everything. And they know this, you know, that's why they're fitness models and not tennis players that get paid like, you know, hundreds of times more, or footballers or whatever. But they will sell you an item much better than someone who is, say, a darts player in the top, paid much more, darts player, that is the top of their performance, incredibly skilled at what they specifically do. But they can't sell you an aftershave as well as a guy with six-pack abs and striations and a perfectly symmetrical face and brilliant teeth and all that stuff. And that's just the world that we live in. So which side are you? Which do you lean more towards? Are you trying to, when you walk into the gym, when you eat food, when you look at the month of training and food eating and what you've been up to, is it the case that the most important thing for you really is the numbers you got on your bench, the speed of your sprint, the amount of goals you can score, etc., performance? Is it just the case that you like the idea of training and the fact that you're a little bit healthy and fitter and you're probably going to die a little bit later than you otherwise may have gets you going? Is that the case? Is it the case you're one of those people that wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror, stands to the side a little bit and goes, you're a little bit upset, you don't like the way you fit into that clothes, you don't like the way your bum looks in that, you don't like the way that you fit into a shirt or something like that? Or are you the case that you're waking up, you're on Instagram taking selfies, doing all this, giving it that back pose, all that stuff? Are you one of those people? Which side of this health and fitness industry are you currently residing on? Because the way I'm thinking and feeling at the moment in time, whilst there are similarities and there are pieces of the pie, all four of these, they kind of marry and mix together, they don't really have that much to do with each other. And if I was to do a channel on one aspect of these four things, it wouldn't really apply to any of the others. For instance, if I was to give somebody advice for performance, it would terrify people that were just interested in health and fitness. I would tell them to do programs that people that just want to get a little bit fitter, they would never want to do. I'm talking about 6 a.m, car push sprints, conditioning training, focused mobility work, heavy barbell training. People that just want to be a little bit fit, I don't want to do that shit. Like, people that want to do health and fitness, just running around, jogging in the park, keeping a nice thing, eating a balanced diet, that is never going to make you aesthetic. You're never going to get ripped with striations, and you're never going to be able to fit into that world if you do that. In the same way as if you compare cosmetics to aesthetics, the cosmetic look that works in the general world for generally looking good is not the same as this new aesthetic movement of taking selfies and look at my striations and six-pack abs and stuff. That stuff doesn't actually work. Those girls, like, if you imagine a like a women's physique competitor or a women's fitness competitor, she doesn't look the way that most of society would deem to be cosmetically beautiful. They would say that she's gone too far, put on too much muscle. That's another video altogether, but that aesthetic side of all those muscles and stuff, the most gorgeous, attractive, sexy men don't have those ripped, striated muscles and stuff. For instance, a perfect example, someone like Channing Tatum, who's got a bit of a six-pack and a bit of muscle, but he's not particularly strong. He's not particularly lean, but women love him. Tom Cruise, women love him. These people, women love them. Idris Elba, women love him. These are not jacked guys. These are not, the world generally does not go for jacked guys. This is a new bodybuilding specific aesthetic movement. These four sides don't all interlink, and their goals often conflict. And because their goals conflict, it's important that you're honest with yourself, or your training will go nowhere and you'll keep spinning your wheels, because what you're pretending you're doing it for will eventually come to be at odds with what you're actually doing it for. For instance, you're like, oh yeah, I'm all about performance, I want to pack on some muscle. I'm like, brilliant, let's bulk, let's get strong, let's beat the shit out of some stuff. You start doing it and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh body fat, oh my god, where's my striations gone? Like, and all of a sudden now you can't handle it because you're trying to be maybe just cosmetic, maybe you're just trying to look pretty decent. Now you're putting on some fat, you don't like it, your bench is going up, but you're like, I don't want to look like this. Or maybe you like the whole idea of being lean all year round, and all of a sudden it's getting in the way of your performance goals. Anyone that's lean 100% of the time, their performance is bullshit. They know that. Like, you cannot get strong if you stay lean 100% of the time all year round. It will make inroads into your performance. That's just a fact. So I'm saying this to open the floor, and just write in the comments, what is your persuasion? What are you, of these four things, which of these are you most focused on? Be honest. Just say it. This is what I am for. This is what I'm interested in. And from there, I just want to just talk about all four aspects of this world and different ways in which they marry and different ways in which they completely clash. And really, that's all the video I wanted to do. Just wanted to get it off my chest. Just wanted to talk about that. Nice and long video like I normally do. Other than that, Bradley Aidanjohnson, do all those YouTubey things that people do and follow me and stuff and make me money. Peace!